Hello, good morning students. Hope all of you are well. Today I am going to discuss your second chapter of physics for class 7, that is force and pressure. Before we are going to discuss the chapter, we have two sections in the chapter. First I will go the first unit 1 part. In our first part, what is given, that is rest and motion, kinds of motion. So in case of kinds of motion, we have two parts, rest and motion. Now it is very important to know what is rest and what is motion. It is very important to know what is rest and what is motion. So what definition is given, I just read out, then I'll explain. When the position of a body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time, that is very important, does not change with time. So the position of a body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time, the body is said to be in rest. And reversely, the position of a body with respect to the surrounding change with time. In one case does not change with time, and another case change with time. What? The position of a body with respect to its surrounding. So this is called rest when it does not change with time, and when it does change, that is called motion. So these are two very important terms. Next we have types of motion. In case of types of motion, there are different types of motions are there. First we have translatory motion. So translatory motion means the motion in which all the particles of a body moves through a same distance. So moves through a same distance. The motion in which all the particles of a body move through the same distance in the same time. So the particle of the body, it will move same distance in same time. That is called translatory motion. For example, the car or a train moving along a road. Normally we used to go, a ball rolling on the ground, a girl sliding down. So these are the example of translatory motion. Or you can say firing of a bullet from a gun. So these are all example of translatory motion. Also translatory motion are divided into two parts. What are they? One is rectilinear motion, another is curvilinear motion. Rectilinear motion, the term rectilinear or linear, that is in a straight. So when a body moves along a straight line, so that means full straight. When a body moves along a straight line, then the motion is said to be rectilinear motion. For example, very common, the car moving on a straight road, the train moving on a straight railway track, or you can say a freely falling stone. These are all examples of rectilinear motion or linear motion, you can say. Curvilinear motion means motion of an object moves along a curved line. Motion of an object is moved along a curved line. There is a called curvilinear motion. So moved along a curve. We have some examples in our book given: a ball thrown upward at an angle, a car or a train along a curved road or track. So a ball thrown upward at an angle. So that means this particular picture, you are very familiar with the picture. Whenever you are playing in the ground, whenever you are playing games, that time you use this kind of motion. Next we have rotatory motion. Rotatory, from the term you understood rotation is involved here. So swinging on a table fan, that is what is happening, the blade of a fan starts rotating in a circle. We used to see in our houses everywhere. So used to rotate in a circle. That is called rotatory motion. What is given? Body moves about a fixed axis. Means its axis is same without changing its position. That is called rotatory motion. The most common example is spinning top. Very common. Spinning wheel, and the potter's wheel. And the most common we see in our houses everywhere, mostly the ceiling fan blades. When a fan is on, ceiling fan blades, this example particularly. So these are the examples of rotatory motion. Next we have circular or circulatory motion. So in this case, the body moves in a circular path around a fixed point. In a circular path around a fixed point. How it is? The most common example, this one. The earth revolve around the sun. Or sometimes we used to play this way. We are tying a stone and we are rotating this way. So this one is another example. And most common example, if we imagine this one also, a most common example. The earth revolves around the sun. Is a circular or circulatory. Next is very important. Next we have oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion means here the very common picture is given in our book, a boy on a swing. Mostly we are using this kind of swing when you are in a playground. We are doing this one. So what is happening there? There is two options, to and fro, or you can say back or forth, along the same path without any change in the shape. This situation objects are described in an oscillatory motion. So oscillatory motion means without any change in shape, we have two options, to and fro. That means back and forth. We have two options, to and fro. That means back and forth. Back and forth. So oscillatory motion if we describe or if we give a definition, to and fro or back and forth motion described by an object as a whole along the same path. The path will be same without any change in the shape of the object. That is called oscillation. The most common example is given here. A boy on a swing, and some of you have seen pendulum. This pendulum example of a particular oscillatory motion, because in this case here we can see to and fro motion. There is a mean position. So A to B, B to A to C, again C to A. So these are the motion is going on. In this case, the path is same and without any change in the shape. So this kind of motion is called oscillatory motion. Next we have vibratory motion. Vibratory motion means there is a vibration will come. So vibratory motion is what? Where we have seen mostly when we are playing any instrument, the vibration comes, especially drum, this one sitar, a metal rod, if we pull and just leave it, so this case of vibratory motion will come. So is the oscillatory motion. Vibratory motion is a kind of oscillatory motion in which the moving object undergoes rapid to and fro. So it will come forward, it will go backward. So rapid to and fro motion involved here. So here is a uniform motion. So first I'll explain that picture or explain that figure. Here is a motion is there from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. From point A to B, the distance is 2 cm. From B to C, distance is 2 cm. From C to D, distance is 2 cm. From D to E, distance is 2 cm, and they are going towards the direction east according to example. In each case we need from A to B 1 second time taken, B to C 1 second, C to D 1 second, D to E 1 second. So what we understood and what we observed by the following figure, we observed that in equal distance in equal interval of time, along the same straight line, such motion described is called a uniform motion. Now what is the definition? Definition is that when a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time. So you have seen in the picture of uniform motion covers equal distance in equal interval of time. So here distance is equal in each case and it covers the time interval also same. So that's why it is called uniform motion. equal distance covered in equal interval of time. So that's why it is called uniform motion. So it is given when a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time along the same straight line. Yes, it is definitely, you should say, along the same straight line, that is called uniform motion. For example, a flying aeroplane in a particular direction at a constant speed, a train moving straight in a particular direction at a constant speed are describing uniform motion. So these are the examples of uniform motion. Now, what is non-uniform motion? In this picture you can see from A to B distance is 3 cm, B to C distance is 2 cm, C to D distance is 5 cm. They are going towards the direction of east. But to cover the distance, time is same. A to B 1 cm, B to C 1 cm, C to D 1 cm. So by the from the picture, what we conclude? We conclude that non-uniform motion is that kind of motion when a body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time along the same straight line. So what is the difference? It is the important thing, unequal distance. Unequal distance in equal interval of time. Unequal distance in equal interval of time. Unequal distance in equal interval of time along the same straight line. Along the same straight line, then the body is said to be in non-uniform motion. So in our unit 1 part, what we read, second chapter unit 1 part, what we read about rest and motion, kinds of motion. Then we read types of motion, their explanation, their examples. I hope what I explained, it will help you to understand the chapter. If you have doubt, any query, please inform me, and our unit 2 part we will explain in our next video. So students, thank you very much.